Welcome back to Project Beamers, where every beamer needs a home and every home needs a beamer. I'm your host, World Famous, and we're back with another project video. Here goes the steering wheel. This is for F07. That's a GT. Very rare. Not too many people have those, but you know I collect BMWs, so I have those because it's the first 5 series as a hatchback, and I love my little hatchbacks. So, I like to customize the steering wheels. So manufacturing doesn't have the ivory white color. They only had Venetian Beige as the closest match. And I got this from a friend of mine in Germany. And he confirmed that they didn't have any ivory white. So that was the best that he can do for me right there is the Venetian Beige. Now, as you can see, Venetian Beige is far off from the white color that I needed. So obviously that's not going to do. So in that case, we have a product spotlight today coming from Seat Doctors Auto Interior First Aid. And this is a leather and vinyl dye in ivory white, which is a BMW color. So I go to this website, you put in your VIN number, they match the exact color of your interior, and then they send you a bottle with instructions. Fairly simple instructions. They give you instructions on how to prepare the surface. I didn't really have to do any preparation because it's a brand new steering wheel, so that leather is brand spanking new. Forgive the background. I'm actually in my room in my apartment. I don't have access to a garage or workspace today, but I still needed to get this done, and I wanted to get some content out to you guys. I know you've been waiting patiently for that. This camera doesn't want to focus for whatever reason. There we go. So they have a rub-on method, a paint sponge method, and a spray-on method. All these methods are fairly simple, and I decided to go with the the paint sponge method. So easy enough, man. This was a very simple project. I'm gonna come back in a second and show you how I did the application of it, but pretty much I just used this is called a makeup wedge or a cosmetic wedge, and I dipped this into the dye, right, and then simply blot it on, like blot, 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 blot. Light coats, you know, I'm doing light coats on there, and then I did like 3 or 4 coats. You know, I'm keeping it simple because it was literally that simple, and this is the result. I already did one side. See how that came out? That's beautiful, right? So it came out very good. I thought it was going to cover the perforations, because if you look closely, that leather is perforated. So when I put the dye over it, you still see the perforations, and you see how good that came out. That came out pretty damn good. It was my first time using the product. I would recommend it because it came out pretty good. Now I can't say that it lasted because I literally just put this on. It was so easy, however, that if I ever got any discoloration in any of the areas in the future, you know, I'd pretty much just reapply it. So what I'm going to end up doing now is the other side. Do that side right there. Okay. And then I'll show you guys how I do it. And then you'll see just how simple it is. And if you are in the market of doing this to your steering wheel, in the link in the description, I'll put the step-by-step instructions on everything that I did. Like I wrapped the steering wheel. These are things that I'm not pointing out to you right now, because if you watch my videos in the past, we already did masking off, things like that. So that's pretty much what I did for that, but I'll still put it in the description so you guys could check it out. And then also at the end of this video, I'm going to post, the final result of how the steering wheel came out, so you can see exactly how it looks. But I'll be right back with the rest of the video. All right, we back. Now, bear with me with the setup. I promise you guys, I'm really going to focus on the channel now, so I'm going to try to get more of the production steps up. But for now, I'm just doing what I can do. So first off, got to shake up the bottle. Make sure you shake it up. And when you shake it up, next thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to pour a little bit into a little bowl. Just a little bit. I don't even need a lot of this. I'm going to cover this up, make sure I don't have no spillage. Put it off to the side. Here's the bowl. I just have a little bit in there. And the first thing I want to do is I want to get light coats. So like I said, I'm using a cosmetic wedge. Okay. And I'm going to just blot it into the dye. This is not paint. This is a water-based dye. So I just get some on there. I don't know if you can see it. And then I'm just going to be blotting it in. Just pretty much light coat is what I want to do. Now, if you notice, I have some stitching there, tricolor M-colored stitching that I'm going to go over with this dye. I don't care about that because I'll show you the next custom step that I'm going to use to make sure that I get those tricolors back. Okay. Now, just reapply. Simple. This is very, very easy. And I just, you see how it's thick there? You're just going to spread that out with the dabber. You're just going to lightly dab. This is like applying, my girlfriend said, makeup foundation, right? Makeup foundation. And this is simple, right? So what I'll do is cover this whole front side lightly. Okay, you want to make sure you get light coats on it, and then that'll be just the first coat. I'm going to go over it several times, like maybe 4 or 5 times, just giving it some good coating. And then pretty much this is it. I'm not going to do the whole thing here, bore you guys to death, but you get the general idea. Get all up in there. Now make sure you just get good coverage everywhere where you need. Blot it in. The first go around is going to look fairly thin. It's not going to look like you did the whole job. You're going to still see some of the beige poking out through, but that's fine because you want a light coat first. You'll go heavier by like the 3rd coat, but the first 2 want to be real light, and you want to let it dry. This is the most important step. Between coats, you want to allow for it to dry, and they say you want to let it dry for about 20 minutes. That's the time that they want it to dry for. So in between coats, you just chill, you do your thing, and then pretty much that's it. So I'm going to continue on with this. I'm not going to bore you guys to death with the rest of the steps, but as you can see, it's going to come out just like that side. And like I promised, I'll show you the end result when I'm done. All right, so here goes the final result that I came up with using the Seat Doctors leather and vinyl dye in Ivory White for the BMW. And I think it came out immaculate, if I may say so myself. Well, I'll take a step down from immaculate because I did a little overspray there. And it's not overspray since that's a dye in that little area right there. You see that little thing? And I didn't get full coverage in that little area. So I'm going to do some touch up right there. But it's the first time I was using the product. So, that's my learning curve. And overall, it did come out good. So this is the product. Seatdoctors.com is their website. You can go to, I don't know if they have it on here. They got the instructions on there. The method I used, like I said, was the paint sponge method. You see what it says, a hair dryer can be used to hasten the dry times. I did use a hair dryer in between coats. I did give adequate time to dry. I did follow all the steps. I didn't clean anything because it was a brand new steering wheel, so I didn't do that step. But overall, I did all the steps, and it came out pretty nice. Yeah, it came out good. Still got the perforation, so it didn't fill in the holes like I thought it would. It looks perfect. Came out good. Okay, so I'm gonna go throw this in the car, see what I can do, and I'm gonna start, like I said, stepping up the production quality on this channel. I want to start taking that a bit more serious. Start using some tripods, getting these still shots and things like that, so they won't, camera won't be all shaky like that. I did that on purpose there, but I noticed that some of the videos do come out shaky a bit because I am holding it with my hand, and I'm also trying to show you things and work at the same time. But I got to step that up. I want to get this channel a little better for you guys, and hopefully you stick around to watch some of the things that I have in store for you. So as I said, I'm going to go get this into the vehicle because I'm still working on that project. I do have more videos about that project coming up as well. And go check these guys out. If you need any leather dyes for your interior to renew or restore your interiors, I do recommend them. It came out perfect on my first try. And I'll check you guys out in the next video.